Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Hey everyone. We thank you very much for tuning in today. We are talking about Becoming Addicted Part 2. Becoming Addicted Part 2. So last week, I discussed with you about becoming addicted to pushing yourself, to becoming a better version of yourself, to creating an environment that encourages everyone else in your circle. Hopefully that for the last week, you have done that. Hopefully you've started to map out what it's going to be to become a better version of you. So, again, last week we talked about pushing yourself. So one of those things of pushing yourself, or an example would be exercising. I'm sorry, y'all. That was crazy. So here's what I'm going to tell you today. As I explained to you last week, we talked about me drinking Pepsi, right? And so in me drinking Pepsi, empty calories, things like that, I have gained weight. And I've noticed that even in the situation of fasting and not taking in those empty calories and, all those dyes and whatever else comes within that carbonated drink, right? I start to feel a lot better, and I started to move myself out of a place of feeling bloated, excessive weight, slowness, things like that. So in that, I have been a little more dedicated to exercising. Now, there are various forms of exercising. Today, we're going to talk about exercising physically and mentally. So what I mean by physically, so one of the things that I started to do was going to sleep earlier at night and waking up earlier to prepare myself for the day. And in that, I found myself that even though I am up earlier, I am getting more rest. My body is chilling. I have also started to practice in not taking in social media or any content that's really heavy prior to me going to sleep. And that's allowed me to sleep a little more easily at night. I'm not waking up as often, things like that. So that has also allowed me to concentrate more on working out, riding a bike, to doing some squats and some barbell raises, things like that. That where I did not necessarily have the energy to do that before. So I want you to become addicted to exercising your body, become more physically fit. They talk about how America is one of the laziest, countries and the fattest countries in the world. So those of you that are under the sound of my voice that's in America, let's practice on becoming more physically fit throughout this whole process, which will ultimately start pushing us to become greater, giving us more energy, more vibrancy in life. Also, one of the things I want to talk to you about is exercising your brain. Start taking in content that is going to expand your knowledge base, that's going to expand as you're speaking to individuals, that shows that you are knowledgeable of not just one thing, but maybe multitude of things. And you can expand even the conversations that you bring to the table, that you become a part of. I want you and I challenge you to exercise your brain, exercise your learning, exercise that piece of you of learning something outside of the normal everyday. And I'll give you an example. Right now, one of my children, they're in college, and a part of their degree plan is to take classes that has nothing to do with their degree, which shows diversity, which shows a willingness to get outside of the comfort zone of what your goals are, and see what else the world has to offer. So I challenge you in exercising that part of learning something, one, every day. Number two, that it has nothing to do with your everyday information, your job, whatever it might be. Learn something new. Be inspired by something new. Talk about something new. And I know that TV shows a lot of content that is not always healthy for us as we're taking it in. And I'm not knocking anyone for making their money. Not at all. I mean, do what you have to do. But let's understand that a lot of that information, a lot of that stuff that's on TV is entertainment. It's not a real life situation. And understand that a lot of those people that are on these TV shows, these reality TV shows, are they educated or not? When you listen to them speak outside of the show, outside of them fighting or whatever they put on entertainment-wise, they are showing something totally different when they do individual interviews and what their true goals and aspirations are. So let's look beyond what you see and learn more about, even if that's who you want to pattern your life at or after, understand that they are learning something outside. Let's take a look at Cardi B, right? People take a look at her and say, she's ghetto and so forth and so on. But let's understand that she is I will almost listen to her sometimes. She is way smarter than we want to give her credit for. So I'm just using her as an example of where you can go, even though people might be judging you from what you look like on the outside, but on the inside, what are you portraying? What are you doing? Well, how are you manifesting what you are moving towards? So you have to become addicted to learning, to educating, to pushing yourself beyond yourself. You know what? As I talk to you, I'm encouraging myself, of becoming addicted. I mean, my wife would tell you that at one time I was always learning. I was always on YouTube. I was always on LinkedIn learning. I was always on Udemy. I'm always learning something. I want you to do the same thing. Even so, I'm always reading a book. So for those individuals who's not always in, because everyone's not into reading books, but if you're not into reading books, listen to an audiobook. Listen to something that's going to stretch you. And that's where things are. Become addicted to exercising physically and mentally. We are here to educate, empower, enable, and impact our world. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Chisholm Group, CHISM Group. Thank you very much for listening.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.